Hi, I'm Donovan with another episode of Azure Friday. I'm here with Josh, and we're going to learn how to take a Power BI desktop file and then turn it into an Azure Analysis Services data model. Welcome to the show, Josh.
Thank you very much.
So show us how to do this.
Great. Well, so we have our desktop file here, and inside the Power BI desktop, we actually do run Analysis Services.
Okay.
It runs locally on your machine. When you import data into the desktop, it actually imports it onto your machine, puts it in the model there. Any of the relationships, calculations, all those things you build, you're actually building in Analysis Services, but solely on your machine.
Gotcha.
Now, if you want to upgrade this, you want to make it bigger, you want to use all the power of Azure, you can convert this into an Azure Analysis Services model.
Gotcha.
And then you have all the power of Azure Analysis Services. You can scale it up, scale it down, scale it out, and go to up to, right now, we support up to 400 GB of cache size. So
wow.
You can get really, really big.
So using the power of the cloud to scale up the model that I've built on my local desktop.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yep.
So let's see how that happens.
So it's very simple. Once you've already created your server, you can open up our new web designer. And this will connect to your server and show you all the models you already have on there.
Okay.
And we can just go ahead and add a new model. Maybe I'll call this our sales model. And I can pick from a Power BI desktop file.
Okay.
Now as an option here. It'll just ask me to choose. And I will go and take the file we were looking at and just say import.
All right.
What this is doing now is it's taking that file, it's finding the Analysis Services model that was already in there, taking it out of there with its data, and upgrading it to work with Azure Analysis Services.
Gotcha.
And it usually takes a few seconds, depends on the size of your file. It can take a little bit longer because we're actually taking all that data with it that was in there.
I see. I gotcha. So
And we're done now, so we have it. So
Okay.
we have our model in here. I can come in and we can actually see the model. I'll go into our diagram view. I'll arrange them all. So we have our model in here, all its relationships, all its calculations are all there.
Okay.
All the ugliness that was in there too that I didn't actually clean up because originally the model was just for me. Now I'm
Sure.
going to give it to hundreds or thousands of users. So from this experience too, I can go and clean that stuff up, rename things, hide things, put new logic in there, whatever
Perfect.
I need. But we do have a fully functioning model. We can actually we can round trip this to the desktop. So you can say open in Power BI desktop, and what this will do is this will create a new desktop file for you without a data model in it, but it's pointing to the data model we just created in Azure.
Oh, wow.
So it's no longer local, it's now
Sure.
remote. And you can start building your new reports on there now. And so can your additional users. Now, let's see this load in 1 second.
Yep. So the whole point of this is being able to take something that was local, something I designed in the desktop, but then giving it this power and scale of the cloud.
Yeah, I mean, when you start building a model, you don't necessarily know that this is going to be used by lots and lots of different users. You might be building something for yourself. You don't know
Gotcha.
how it's going to kind of grow as you move forward with it. And maybe it becomes really popular. Maybe your data grows. You have a higher volume. This lets you take the work you've already started, already been working on, people are already happy with, and start to convert it into an IT-managed, more central solution.
Right, and I can use all the caching and all the other power of that service.
Yeah,
as
so this
well.
is all cached now, and I can, immediately it'll work. I can pull our measures on here, and it'll go and it'll query that cache and bring you back to the results. Now you also want to, load new data in here
Sure.
because, why did we grow it up?
Yeah, exactly.
We want to get more stuff in here. So you can take advantage of features in Analysis Services like partitioning,
Okay.
and the larger cache size. You can go up to 400 GB right now. So to do that, you can connect with SQL Server Management Studio. So you get the pro tools right here.
Yes.
Let me refresh here. I'm already connected. And we'll see our new database showing up in here. I think we named it Sales.
I see.
We see the sales model in here. Now, we don't keep your credentials when you upload files. They don't live in the file, so you actually have to come in here and go under Connections. You'll see your connection to your SQL database, and you can right-click on that, and you can just say Refresh Credentials.
Okay.
And this will basically look and say, okay, what kind of credentials are needed? This is a SQL Azure database. So I'm using database auth on here, and I can just put in my credentials.
So what we've done here is we've basically connected to our Azure SQL, and we're now seeing the data model or the database that was created by us uploading our model into Analysis Services.
So if we want to go back to the SQL database and fetch new data, we have to be able to authenticate to it. So we're just
Gotcha.
supplying our credentials there. Now I can do something like right-click here and just say process database, and this will just reprocess all the data.
Okay.
Now every time, if you have bigger models, you want to reload all the data every single time. It gets unmanageable when you start getting to that 1 gig, 2 gig,
Sure,
especially
sure.
around the 400 gig range.
Right.
So we also have the ability here to partition your data. So if you look on tables, this is our sales fact table. I can right-click on this and click on partitions. By default, when you take anything from Power BI, you're going to have one partition.
Okay.
And with that one partition, when you recall process on that table or process on the model, it's just going to reload that one partition, which is going to reload all the data every time.
Gotcha.
What you can start to do here is create more partitions. You can filter them down to specific days or whatever your partitioning schema is. And then you can incrementally load data without having to reload everything and without having to change everything. And you get a lot faster processing time. This is what lets you grow to that much bigger scale, a much bigger model.
Awesome. This is fantastic. So we still get to use the tools we're familiar with, still be able to partition to get the power, but then we have the scale of the cloud.
Yep, this is just Azure Analysis Services now. It's like no other. It's like any other model you would have built through the tools directly.
Perfect. And this is available for everyone to start using today?
Yep, this is publicly available now.
Awesome. Perfect. We're learning all about Azure Analysis Services here on Azure Friday.